Steelers now moved to 2-6. Since the NFL moved to a 16-game schedule in 1978, there is one team that has gone to make the playoffs after a 2-6 start. That was the 2020 Washington football team, who won the NFC East with a 7-9 record. So playoffs, you can pretty much kiss goodbye. Ike, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I have Google searched top offensive linemen in the 2023 draft to help improve this team. This offense averaging 15 points per game. Well, the team, I should say, overall, dead last in the NFL. So I'm going to come down here. This is my opinion. If you're going to fire offensive coordinator Matt Canada mid-season, do it this week. And if you're not going to do it during the season, let's just ride it out and see where we're at come season's end. 26 games as the Steelers offensive coordinator. The offense has failed to score more than 20 points in 21 of those games. All 5 times they did that last season in the 2021 season. Steelers also fall to 1-10 without TJ Watt. So it was bad, Ike. Kenny Pickett sacked 6 times, an interception and lost fumble. Eagles do have a scary defensive front, which I'll discuss here in a second. But when, again, I'm listening to what players are saying, I watched the post-game news conferences, and he's saying that guys need to know what they're doing. We need to study more. I don't think we study enough as a group. He mentions how it's not talent issues and they're going to get the same results. They keep trying to do the same things. Things need to change. That, to me, is very, very evident through 8 weeks of this season.
Yeah, that starts in training camp in the offseason. You know, when we was winning championships, when you just see the teams in these post-game conferences with these guys, with the players I'm talking about, Mark, it's the same recipe. When you listen to Juju talk about the Kansas City Chiefs offense, and he's saying that him, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes playing Call of Duty together, and it was just on one accord, and they wound up winning a few stages that was very difficult. That's off the field. When you want to talk about, you know, when Tom Brady a couple of years ago won the Super Bowl, he did a lot of things off the field with his teammates. When you want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers in their heyday, when they was going to playoffs after playoffs, or every other year there was, you know, hoisting or trying to hoist on the bar in the Super Bowl, we did everything off the field. It was a brotherhood. I didn't want to leave that facility. I didn't want to leave my teammates. I look at my teammates as brothers. And when you have that kind of bond, when you do get on the field, you don't want to let them down. When you just walk into the facility and you just look at it as a job, or I just don't want to chill with nobody, or I'm just going to be to myself, or I don't want to do anything extra, you get this 2-6 record. This is exactly what you're getting from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everything has the bond, and that starts in the offseason. That starts in OTAs. And during the season, when James Ferrier had his house, it was the whole defense and a couple of guys off offense. You know, some guys bring some food. We had the massage people come through, and we watched tape. When Monday Night Football came, we all watched Monday Night Football. And when Thursday Night Football came, somehow during the week, we got our bodies right, and we watched tape together. But that wasn't at the facility. That was at Pot Dog House, James Ferrier I'm talking about. That was at his house. That was the bond. You couldn't stop us from being around each other. And when you see that, and now that I've retired, when I hear that coming from other players, like, boy, y'all had a brotherhood over there in Pittsburgh. And in my mind, I wasn't even thinking. I just thought, man, that's how every NFL team should be. So I didn't know any better. So that's what I'm looking at from Pittsburgh. There needs to be a bond. There needs to be a brotherhood. Hey, take the me out and let's go we. Because we can do a lot of things together. Me can only go so far. But everything has to start, you know, not only in the off season, but somebody got to be held accountable. And the accountability part is, hey, man, that's what we're doing. I know we got our time in the facility. I know we got time to watch tape. But, hey, so-and-so, let's go to so-and-so house and watch tape. You know, let's all get together. Or even for us, man, it was just going out to dinner once a week with each other at a certain spot. That's just about some guys had families. Other guys were single. But at the same time, you know, whether you had a wife or a girlfriend, they knew, hey, on this day, on Tuesday, this is where these boys going to be at. They're gonna have a brotherhood. They're gonna bond. They're gonna be chilling. They coming home no later than 9:30. So that was perfect for us. But you got to have that. When you just look at football as just being a job and you're not passionate about it, and everybody want to get the bag, and it's a lot of money out there. But these guys need to understand when you win, everybody get the bag. I just watched the number 3 wide receiver, Antoine Randall L., go from that to damn near number 1 receiver with the Washington Redskins. That's just coming off a Super Bowl. You know, I watched myself get paid numerous of times. I didn't get paid by catching the ball. I didn't get paid by interceptions. I got paid because when I got on the field, I wasn't catching the ball and that receiver wasn't catching the ball. So that's what I was getting paid for. I was getting paid because, okay, I know when Ike Taylor come into playoff time, he's going to make the play that needs to be made to put us in good position. Yeah. That's why I got paid. But you got to hold yourself accountable. It got to hurt. It got to hurt to let your teammates down. If it don't hurt to let your teammates down, you're in the wrong profession. You know, it's too much meat. And I think just nowadays, these young kids don't understand, man, when you win everybody, you can just look at Von Miller. Von Miller just left the Rams and won a Super Bowl and just got a 6-400 piece, a 120 piece. That's his 3rd contract. So everybody some way, somehow wants to be a part of a winner. And when you win, everybody in the NFL wants somebody from that locker room because they want to know what the heck y'all had going on for y'all to win like that. Because playing football ain't easy, you know. So, I mean, so far, Von has been the jingle piece to a few different teams. He was the guy in Denver. He was the guy for 1 year. He was that missing piece to the puzzle for the LA Rams, and it looks like he's that missing piece to the puzzle on the defensive side for the Buffalo Bills. You know, so I look at. It's crazy I'm about to say this because I'm about to go to basketball. I'm about to cross over to basketball. Mm-hmm. I look at Von Miller like a Robert Horry. If y'all don't know who Robert Horry was for basketball, everywhere Robert Horry went, they won a championship. Yeah. You know, he was Mr. Clutch. He might have got in maybe 10 minutes out of ball game, but when you ask for that 3, he not scared to hit that 3, and you best believe he going to bank that thing. And then if you ask him to play defense, he was going to lock somebody up as well. That's how I look at Von. Yeah, but that's how these young guys got to understand. When you win, everybody get a bag, bro. Everybody get a bag. The cafeteria worker get a bag. The janitor get a bag. Because the CEOs and the owners and these minority owners, everybody happy. So what they won't do, they won't spend a little bit of money. You know, so that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers got to get back to in my mind. And it's just the brotherhood for me, Mark. It's everything what you doing outside of football together because it's a short window. I'm not about to be with y'all forever. So you can go out and tell your wives and your girlfriends, hey, look, hey, give me a 10-year run. Give me an 8 to 10-year run because we're going to be straight for the rest of our lives after that. You just saw it in the interview when he was doing Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald said he already wrote before he got in the league. He just wanted to do 8 years. That's all he did till he won a Super Bowl. And he said, man, this tastes good. He said this lobster ravioli tastes good. Let me see if I can win this thing again. You know, it just becomes contagious mentally. It's a lot of upside. I think Coach T said it best when you win Super Bowls, especially for a Pittsburgh Steelers, man, you're on scholarship for the rest of your life. Yeah. Walking Pittsburgh, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You know, the red carpet is always rolled out for you. And that's just the product of being a Super Bowl champion. You know, so playoffs was always expected for us, but Super Bowls was the main goal. You know, and now I realize when I was down in the early 2000s working out with Coach Tom Shaw, you know, other guys coming from other teams, and they was like, man, I'm so glad y'all didn't win the Super Bowl. I'm so glad to see y'all in the Super Bowl. I'm like, why? Because we got tired of y'all. So I'm like, dang, this how guys really felt. Or there was on the opposite end saying, man, we see why y'all winning. Because by Coach Shaw, I probably had 10 guys there. Whether it's my position, linebackers, or receivers, I bought guys just to work out with because I knew I needed them during the season, you know, and we all knew we had a short window. So that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers got to get back to, Mark. It's that brotherhood. It's that brother. Don't talk to me about you have that brotherhood. That brotherhood starts not only in the offseason, but it starts also doing a lot of extra stuff outside of that facility.
I can correct me if I'm wrong in saying this too. It sounds like there's a real difference. The only losing season you had in your playing career was 2003, your rookie year.
Correct.
The difference between 03 and then 04, very good team, 05, obviously the Super Bowl run, to where that changed very, very quickly early on in your career.
Yeah, all I knew was winning. You know, just when we, as a rookie, I think, did we go 6-10? I think we went 6-10. They
believe
blamed
that's right.
everything. Yeah, they blamed everything on the rookie class. We like, hell, we only had 5. It was Troy number 1,
Yeah.
Alonzo Jackson number 2. I was number 4. Brian St. Pierre, the quarterback from Boston College, number 4, and JT Wall, my fullback from the Georgia Bulldogs, number 5. We only had 5 of us because they went up and traded to get TP, which they should because he's a Hall of Famer, of course. But after that, we took off. After that 2003, we took all the way off, and the rest is history. So I just got used to winning, Mark. That's all I knew. That's all I knew was winning. And that brotherhood, that bond was it was unbreakable. I mean, we still in a 20-something man group text, to this day. That's when my battery be going dead. Because from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, somebody talking in that group text. And that's all off of Super Bowls.